Good afternoon. I'm Jerome Strickland, and welcome to the special Tell It Like It Is. Today, we're going to talk about today's game between the Giants and the Commanders. As you see, the game ends with a tie. No winners, no losers. It's in with a tie. It sucks. I mean, it sucks. They could have a chance to win. Well, all the miscues, the penalties, the so on, players hurt, and also most importantly, that Chase Young is still not playing. I mean, come on. What y'all think about that game? Washington should have won the game. That hurt our chances into the playoffs. It might hurt our chances. But what did y'all think about all this? Come chat with me and see what's going on. Because, but I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you folks out there. The people watching on live. I got to be honest with you. It was a tough game. And both teams battled out back and forth. But Graham Gano trying to kick that 50-yard field goal, trying to win it, but he missed it. It went no good. It ends with a tie. Again, this is the second time we end with a tie with the Giants. And it is terrible. It is totally terrible. That could hurt our chances to get in the playoffs. That might cost the chances. We got to play him again in 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks we got to play him again. So I hope we bounce back trying to win one. At least win one. But this game but this game right here against the Giants, that hurt us. That extremely hurt us. It extremely hurt us real bad. I'm going to try to beat them twice. First in New York, and the next one at home. But again, against New York, that failed. It had failed. At least we get a bye week chance to regroup, try and get some players back. Let's get back and regroup. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. Have a chance to regroup. Have a chance to regroup, and hope we get Chase Young back at home against the Giants at FedEx Field. But like I said, it is what it is. We got to find out and see what happens. And we know the Eagles won against the Titans. So that ain't no brainer. But to be honest, we got some loudmouth fan base of the Dallas Cowboys talking all that smack. I mean, they like to talk all that smack about us. Just say we in with the tie, deal with it. We got an easy win against the Colts tonight. Y'all shouldn't be running your mouths, man. I mean, y'all should never be running your mouths, period. So, anyway, well, we'll see what happens on the bye week. At least we got a bye week trying to regroup. We'll agree in a bye week. But I'm gonna get back to this. All these some of these penalties we call on us. Some might be false, some might be true. But to be honest with y'all, Washington should have won this game. That's my opinion. Washington should have won that game. All the miscues, all the sacks, the fumble, all the sacks and all. Washington should have won it. That penalty costs. It had cost them. And in my opinion, so Washington should have won that game. Washington should have won it. And I know y'all Washington fans know it, though I'll say that Washington should have won that game. Because all the miscues and all the penalties against Washington, that costs. And it costs trying to get ahead of the division. It costs it tied in the division. But we'll see what happens. So we 7-5-1. John is 7-4-1. Let's see what happens next week when they play the Eagles. And I'm gonna say this. I'm picking the Eagles to win. I'm pulling for the Eagles. Even though that we beat them on Monday night, I don't like none of our teams in the division. But I gotta go with the Eagles. I gotta go with the Eagles to beat the Giants. So they playing in New York. So Philly, you know what you gotta do. Trying to go to 12-1. He would give him the Eagles loss. But we should have. But Washington should have beat them. Washington should have beat New York. That's my opinion. They should have beat New York. Anybody who watching, leave your comments about today's game. Leave your comments how y'all feel about today's game. So, because I'm saying we should have won that game. Washington should have won it. But all the miscues, Washington was doing very well until all the miscues and the false penalties. Their job will have to stop Daniel Jones while he keep getting out of the pocket because the linebackers, but the offensive line keep holding them. And they ain't get no flag. There wasn't no flags on anything. They ain't get called for holding on the offensive line. But they get called for taunting. And that's what they get for taunting. That cost them big. That let us come back and tie it up before it's going to overtime. If they haven't, we should go on for a field goal and try to win the game. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this whole thing goes. I mean, this could be something. So basically, this game against the Bears, well, they had made a comeback, and the Packers finally won. They beat the Bears 28-19. Green Bay Packers won the game, beating the Bears. And like Aaron Rodgers had about 100, it was 18 for 31 for 182 yards. It was a good game. Anyway, they play in Chicago, so they play in Chicago. So they need to get back to practice. So hopefully this in 2 weeks we're at home against the Giants again. Hopefully we get Chase Young back on there. Montez Sweat out with a concussion. Let's hope he be okay. Let's hope he be okay with the concussion. So there's nothing serious. We'll be praying. Let us pray for his really good health. But I think Taylor Heineke, he managed to come back and win, but he holds the ball. My opinion, he holds the ball too long. He needs to release time to make something out of it. But somebody had missed the block, and that cost us big in that overtime. Somebody had missed that block, and man, it was not pretty. It was not so pretty, folks. Because this be ridiculous, man. This been shit. We should never get this far, and we should never get into overtime. Into overtime. So, I say this. It's time to get back to the drawing board and try to beat those Giants, man. Giants got so lucky they missed their field goal. So I'm lucky to miss that field goal. They got looking, they got it, but wrong. It ends with a tie. So I don't like games that ends with a tie, man. They should have gone for a second overtime until one team wins. That's what I would say. I told the league should go going into a second overtime until one team score and wins the game. Instead of end with a tie. That's ridiculous. They need to change that. Folks, I'm saying they need to change the league need to change that rule about this overtime. And the team doesn't score in the next 10 minutes of overtime, send it to the second overtime. That's what I would say. I would say they should go into a second overtime. They should a second overtime. They should have gone into it until somebody score. Because ends with a tie, it's not good. It's not good. Game ends with a tie after the overtime. I say it should go. I'll say second overtime. What y'all think? Until one team wins. Because this game should never ends with a tie. Never. Never ends with a tie. Never end the overtime game with a tie. I say go for the second overtime. If not, third. And then fourth. Until somebody scores and wins the game. That's what I will say. That's exactly I will say. Because it might hurt our chance to get into the playoffs. Hurt the chance to get into the playoffs. So we'll see what happens when they get against the Colts tonight. Hopefully the Colts beat them. If they do, we can relax and exhale. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say. And going into a second overtime until one person score first. Until one person score first ends the game. That's what I'm saying. Keep going till one person score, and whoever scored first wins the game. That's what I would say. That's what I would say for one thing. So fans, if you think this should end up game with a tie, I don't think so. If you think this should go for a second overtime, just leave your comments on my chat. Leave your comments on my page to see what they think. They should go for the second overtime. Because I say this should go for second overtime myself. I say just go to second overtime, man. I say add a second overtime in case it ends in case nobody scored in the first overtime, going to second until somebody scored to wins the game. Until somebody wins the game. That's what I will say. So let me know what y'all think about this game against the Giants. Watching against the Giants. Just let me know what y'all think about it. Because that's what I was thinking. You think they should go into the second overtime? Make it a second overtime, a new rule. Not overtimes. That's what I will say. And also, ladies and gentlemen, so start after today, we're on a bye week. Hope everybody get back healthy. And so ain't no victory Monday this week because of the tie. Because this they need the league should need to take action. I said the league should take action. That could hurt. That might hurt our chance to get into the playoffs. It might have hurt our chances of getting into the playoffs. Hurt our chances of getting in the playoffs. And we got to play them again in 2 weeks at home. So that's what I would say. What did you think? Talk to me, folks. I'm on live. I'm on live. They played it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Both teams played their hearts out today. They played their hearts out. I'm not gonna hate on nobody. They played their hearts out there today. That's what they've been bound back and forth. They've been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I say that was a battle game in the NFCs. That game, it was a battle. You don't like them Giants. Well, I gotta give them props. I'm gonna keep it real and give them their props. So that was a good game. It was a good game, but it had to end with a tie. That sucks. That game ends with that. It sucks, man. It is totally suck. So let's see what happens when they bounce back. I mean, we'll see what happens when they bounce back. And also, let's talk about. And also, we're going to segue from this football and let's talk about soccer. Yesterday was a heartbreaker for the United States. Now they're at home, out of the rest of the World Cup. It was heartbreaking for the U.S. lose to Netherlands 3-1. So let's see. So basically, it's hurt. It's a playoffs game in the playoffs. So we'll see how that turned out. How it turned out. So now they're going back. So it's the quarterfinals set. No, or not yet. I'll say the quarterfinal games are set for the World Cup. World Cup. So we'll see what we'll have. Who's gonna win the whole thing? Is it Brazil? Is it Japan? South Korea? We'll see. Anything is possible. And I mean, anything is possible. So even Detroit Lions won. The Lions won today. Let's give around applause for Detroit Lions. So we gotta keep this going, folks. We have to beat the Giants next in 2 weeks. And we're after bye. We have to beat the Giants in 2 weeks. So it's saying, the old saying goes, back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board. I mean, back to the drawing board. But we did not win and we did not lose. It could hurt our chances to get into the playoffs. No wins, no loss. No wins, no loss. It might hurt our chances to get into the playoffs. So We're gonna wait and see what happens. We're gonna see what happens on that. So talk to me. So I'm gonna have Monday. Monday. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see how it is when during the bye week. In the bye week, they're gonna regroup, re-certify together, and just refocus the game plan. For the game plan. So, folks, I told you it's gonna be a tough game against New York. It was tough. I mean extremely tough. Having a hard time. We're having a hard time to stop Daniel Jones. Yes, that's why they dropped him. And, and most and that's the reason why the Giants drafted him, man. I said, we got Eli Manning, but he's a legend. He is a true legend in football. That's how he retired, and Daniel Jones took over. So, I mean, we had a hard time stopping, but they started getting clicking and get back and go after him. It was clicking. We was clicking. It was clicking. So basically, we're gonna see what they're gonna say about this. So later on, we're gonna hear what Ron Rivera had to say about this game. But it should never ends with a tie. Washington should have won that. Should have won this game. They should have scored an upset. But they will have a chance in 2 weeks when the Giants come to FedEx Field. They will have a chance. Washington will have a chance to win that one. So basically, it is what it is. And some of the calls I don't even like. And they'll drop a flag. And they pick up the flag with no flag. There was no penalty on the pass interference. I say that was bull by the officials. I say it was bull. There was no pass. There was pass interference. Ain't gonna change. There was no pass interference. Pick the flag out and say there was no pass interference. That's a bunch of bull right there. That's why I said that's a bunch of. That's why I said that's a bunch of bull right there. A bunch of bull. And these Giants players, they've been getting away with murder throughout the game. They're getting away with murder. Say, look at that. But that game right there, it should never happen against the Giants. That should never happen against. Let them get away every doggone thing, man. But we got to move on. We have to move on. Well, I would say move on. I would say you fish need to wake up, man. You fishers need to wake up and quit bull jabbing around and make the call the game fair. And you fishers have not been doing that. You haven't called the game fair. It wasn't a fair game. You ain't call it fairly. I mean, you did not call the game fairly. You not call the game fairly, refs. Y'all need to step your game up. I mean, I'm gonna cool down on this one because so Terry McCoy had his day today. You see, they been stopping us throughout the game, and they would stop throughout the game. So defense, man, it was clicking. The defense was clicking. But these idiots we got these bad penalties. Boom. I mean, having a hard time to stop Daniel Jones, man. Having a hard time to stop Daniel Jones. I mean, he just keeps on juking the job out of the pocket, keep using the offensive line to hold him. See, look at that right there should have been called. They got away with the pass interference, man. Offensive pass interference. That number he got away with it. That number 86 got away with that call. He got away. They got away with it, and we are fierce, and we are livid about this. They've been getting away out throughout the game. They got away with every call throughout the game, and that ain't right. That right there is not right, because these idiots get away with any damn thing. They've been getting away. They've been getting away with murder throughout the game. These Giants players got away with every damn thing. I mean, this is not fair at all. It's not fair at all. I don't like the way we getting ripped off. I don't like the game to be cheated and all. I don't like it. So something needs to be done. By the officials. Done by the officials. And I mean it. So we're gonna leave it there because it's over. It ends with a tie. I mean, they got away with it big time. And they not saying anything about it. So my opinion is this. The officials need to get itself together, man. They need to get itself together. Well, we know the college championship games conference in place. Which bowl what the top team gonna be playing in the bowl this year? Who gonna play in the Gator Bowl? Who gonna play in the Fiesta Bowl? Who gonna play in the Sugar Bowl? Who's gonna play in the Orange Bowl? And who gonna play in the national championship? They're gonna let us know which bowl, which college team will be playing in which bowl the college team will be playing in. And whoever win that one will play each other in a national championship. And it's gonna be interesting. Playing in the national championship. So anything is possible, folks. And I mean, anything is possible. So be on the lookout be on the lookout. We're gonna have a conversation again. We're gonna I'll be back in the next 2 weeks. More Tell It Like It Is. We're trying to have a very new excitement. I cannot tell you what it is, but you'll find out and see. So right now, I'm gonna close out with this. Posting with this. Washington will come back. They'll come back against New York, San Francisco, Cleveland, and Dallas. Washington need to win 4 games. Need to win 4 games to be in the playoffs. They need to win 4 out after the bye week. So they got a lot of work to do during the bye week. They need to win 4. They need to win 4 games to be in the playoffs hunt. So, NFL officials, get your act together and call a game fair. And all the Dallas and the loudmouths of the Dallas Cowboy fans, please keep your mouth shut. I'm Jerome Strickland, and I tell it like it is. If you like my channel, Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit notify on there. And also check out my Facebook for any messages. Check out my Facebook page for any comments. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of Sunday. I am out. Jerome Strickland is out. See ya. Oops. Sorry about that, folks. So I forgot one more thing. We're gonna try to do a little special edition of Tell, I guess, when we have Dallas week again. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted when that is. When we do Dallas week. So I'm out. Thanks for calling. Thanks for watching. See ya.